Hey, hello YouTubers, just an update on where I am with the V8 Mad Max, Road Warrior, Suit Special, Interceptor, Ford Falcon, Mad Max 2 car, whatever you want to call it. It's got about a million different names. It's actually the Pursuit Special, but yeah. Right, so far I'll show you where I've got on the shell. I've cut out the bonnet, as you can see, finger action of that finger. Stuck some plastic card styrene strips underneath to hold on the hood. It's actually a really easy kit to modify. I mean, if you've got it yourself and you want to do a modification for an engine, don't be scared about it. It looks a little bit trickier than it is, but it's like the kit was almost made for it, sort of thing. So, yeah, easy to cut out the hood. Just be careful, take your time with it. Sharp knife. That's pretty much all I've done to that so far. The chassis, as you can see, cut quite a bit out of it. Comes with a fake engine and like transmission tunnel, whatever you call it. That is the extent of how much you have to cut out if you want to fit an engine into it. It's actually really handy that you can use your original transmission, like engine mount transmission. That's really handy. Bit of a cheat I've done. I got a NASCAR radiator. Rather than fuck about having to cut all the way through it and that, I just cut the radiator in half, stuck it down. A little bit untidy, but don't notice once it's all together. Apart from that, really easy to put together kit. One of the nicest kits I've ever had to put together. It would pretty much almost be finished if I didn't have to modify it or weather it. The inside, super detailed. I mean, I'm lucky. I've got the, as you can see there, I've got the new parts kit, which the old one, or the first one, or the second one, whatever release it was, only had like a moulded shelf and that. It looked absolutely terrible. So yeah, I'll tell you, if you want to like modify it, if you've only got the standard parts, it's pretty easy. Just get some like wire mesh or whatever, just cut out that. You can use this part here off your original kit, but all you got to do basically is just make this little shelf up, wire shelf, and then you got the detailed kit really. So got the gas tanks in. Got to do a bit more weathering. The dog seat, I cut up some old bandage, thin like bandage, just to put on there. You can't see it very well. To make like a little blanket for the dog. Freaking gear shift keeps snapping off for whatever reason. So it's under there at the moment, but I'll get around to putting that back on. Got a little knife and utility belt, I guess you'd call it, on the door. Still got to be detailed a bit more. Detailed a bit more. Again, if you want it like it is in the film, it comes all one piece. So the side windows here, you just have to cut out. So that ain't as scary either. Just take your time. Use a Dremel multi-tool. That's all the advice I can give you on that, but it looks so much better than like when the window's over it. I fucked up a bit. I got some like I think it's glue or maybe some like white spirit on the window, but luckily enough on this kit, because it's going to be untidy anyway, it doesn't really matter. So the window's going to get a lot dirtier than that, so it won't really notice for once. Engine. Literally all you get is the blower and supercharger in the actual kit. So just used a Ford big block I got from AC Cobra. Used a bit of styrene strip to attach it to the manifold. The fan's off of well, you can use any fan really. So I just used that out of my Skyline engine, done for the 510. So So it's going to be a little bit more, everything will be a little bit more detailed on it. It's just like basic, just starting off at the moment. Right, dashboard is a tricky bitch. The siren adapter is miles too big, you have to cut it down a little bit. The shrunken heads and the electric coil, they're okay, but you just have to fiddle about gluing them. You can't see it very well, but where the instructions are clear, they're good, but they just don't give you like a clear place where to place the gauges. You know, it's like it says. I mean, according to the instructions, the gauges go there, where my thumb is, there. But in the film, they're on top of that, and then it tells you to put them in front of the dials. So it's like, okay, I'll put it in front of the dials. And then you can't really see the detail in the rev counter and the speedo. So it's a bit of a piss off, but oh well. So that's that. The accessories you get with the kit: a little dinky-dee dog food box, which I painted like a shitty boxy brown. It's pretty self-explanatory. You put a sticker on it. Really good decals as well in this kit. They're not like, they don't snap and they don't crease or nothing. They're just really nice sticky decals. I thought this was going to be a bitch. It's a little dog food tin you get with it. Again, decals fantastic on it. I was expecting to have to cut out a little tiny bit of sellotape and stick around it, but I never, luckily, touch wood. Right. Let's see if I can find one that I haven't painted. No, painted them all. That's basically what the wheels come like, a shiny, glossy black. Started weathering them. But there's another video on YouTube. Sorry, I can't remember the dude who uploaded it. So you're an awesome guy. I loved the one you did. That's where I got the tips from. So thanks for that. But what you do is, the trick is to get the tyres to look like it is in the film. Get a bit of sandpaper, and rather than do on a race car, what you do is sand the outside. Sand the wall of the tyre lightly. Gives it that more worn down look that it has in the film. They're not shiny. So if you want it more screen accurate, do that. That's my recommendation. You can add your own accessories into the back of the car. Like I've got this, which I'm going to paint up. Just left over. Use an old bandage for camo net that he uses, tucked behind the back seat. Little toolbox that I'm going to make up for it. See, the devil's in the details of it. Like, if you can put, don't go overboard with it, but if you can put in some nice little touches, it makes it look all the better. The hood that I cut out, I'm not going to bother hinging it, just going to plop it on there. Do my French bit. I go like l'axe, spectaculaire. Now, if you are modifying it, the trickiest bit is to line up where the supercharger goes onto the engine, where the engine goes onto the chassis. A little bit of fiddling about, but you know, with time it will work out. And yeah, what I've done, I put little markings, like little red dots there on the engine, on the chassis, so it all lines up, so you know where to glue it all. So yeah. Before you go, seeing as I'm going to do a diorama of it all, I've built up the gyrocopter, and I know it was criticised before because it had 2 seats, but again, there wasn't really many reference photos I could go for. So yeah, anyway, thanks for pointing it out, whoever pointed it out, because you've done the right thing, because it did look a bit shit. So I put the single seat in, made it so the rotors go around, made it out of thing. I've got a whole video on this anyway. But yeah, this is going to be the gyrocopter to scale, I hope. But you'll see more of that anyway. I've got to do the decals on the back. But yeah, you'll see more of that when it's all finished. So until next time, 81 MFP saying it's good to be back. Have a Merry Christmas and keep building. Whoop.